perfect sinless life impossible? Let's dive deep into this concerning topic of humanity. God asked a very good question in Proverbs chapter 20 verses 9. Who can say I have kept my heart pure and clean and without sin? What does the Bible say about perfect life?
Theoretically, the answer to this question, whether is it possible to be perfect, is yes. Do you know why?
The New Testament in Bible tells us that with every temptation we meet, God gives us a way to escape the temptation. He always gives us enough grace to overcome sin.
Jesus endured temptation with flying colors and lived the perfect life.
Certain individuals such as Noah in Genesis chapter 6 verses 9 and Abraham are referred to as perfect because of their complete obedience to God.
We too can be God's children, with whom the eeshoappa will be well pleased.
Perfection is attained by eeshoappa's grace and atonement. Who is a sinless person? Who is free from sin and innocent, pure? Nobody has lived an absolutely sinless life. If people were perfectly sinless, there would be no need for human government. The only perfect man in the Bible is Jesus Christ, eeshoappa, who embodies God's glories and fulfillment. However, does God care about perfection in His creations? God's plan doesn't depend on perfection, but availability. As God consistently transforming the world through imperfect people and imperfect moments, we all admit that we are not perfect.
However, perfections can't be achieved because human beings are, by their nature, they are imperfect beings.
In John chapter 8, when Jesus went into the Mount Olives, they brought unto him women taken in adultery, and they told Jesus that this woman was taken in adultery in the very act, and told that the Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? Jesus then lifted himself and said that he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
In a world of accusation and unfriendliness, it's easy to gather and cast stones. But before we cast stones, please remember the words of the one who is our role model and master. Was suffering spiritually when he cried, my God, why have you forsaken me? Suffered on the cross 10,000 times than the average man who would be crucified. Jesus is definitely the unleavened bread. That's why he said, he took the bread and broke it and said, take this, and this is my body broken for you.
How much you stumble with the Lord is not a question for salvation. It is a matter of maturity. When a baby is learning to walk or do something new, does any father just say that that baby is not their kid if they fall? If that baby fell in some cases when they try to learn? No, the Father delights what His nature demands. God is always pleased by our progress and not perfection.
Holiness is the inability to sin. We can be sinless with Jesus living in us.